Okay, so we're starting off in Port Sarim. If you've just done the mini quest that's part of the Port Sarim rework, you'll need to do that in order to have access to the Ark, and you'll be collecting a crew during the course of that, and by the end of another event you'll have a ship. So your access point to the Waiko Isles is your quartermaster. This brings up a map showing the islands that we have available so far. So the initial deployment is Waiko, the market hub, Aminishi, which has a Slayer focus, and Maw, which is focused around fishing. So we'll start off in Waiko.
So it's worth noting that Waiko is the first island you'll be visiting.
And here are the crew that we've collected during the mini quest, and there's your ship. So we'll start on the docks here in Waiko and head our way out to the market. Initially, you'll encounter a kind of a tourist guide here who will give you an introduction to what you can do in the Uncharted Isles and give you a brochure of some kind, which you can then get a bit of a summary of what you can do, how the economy works, and so forth. Very pretty environment we have here. So, initially, we'll probably want to do a bit of skilling.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll start with the contract. So, if you're familiar with Slayer contracts, we have another contract system which applies to all of the different skilling activities that you can do in the Ark. So let me see what I've got here. So I've got a contract available today to chop some bamboo. I can either do it on Waiko or I can do it on the Uncharted Isles. And then I get certain rewards that are generated for me while I'm doing that.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that to get the best XP rates, you do need to be picking up your contracts as much as you can do.
So here's the permanent bamboo that's on Waiko, for example. So I'll chop away at that for a bit. The initial requirement for the low-level bamboo is 90 wood cutting, I believe.
That's correct, yeah. Yeah, so we've put up the requirements on the forums, and 90 is like the lowest level within the Ark. What were they? It's 90 hunter, 90 woodcutting, 90 slayer, or 90 fishing will be your main ways of generating chimes initially.
I'll put the link to the forum ready in the chat.
Cool, thank you.
Looks like you've got a bronze hatchet.
Ah, yeah, that's why I'm doing so badly there. I just set up a new character just before this, so that's crystal X. There we go. Yeah.
It's as easy as that.
See if that goes a bit better. Oh, I need some attack.
So, seen a question there just quickly about use of crystallize in the Ark. No, you can't use crystallize, but all of our XP rates have been balanced with that in mind. And they'll still be best in any skill that you can go and get resources in.
So I'm collecting bamboo as I do this, and after a period of time, I should find I have enough to also bundle it. So let's try bundling that. For that I'm going to need fletching. So I could either go to the bamboo merchant and sell the resources straight away, but the return on that isn't particularly good. If I was to bundle them first, which creates a stackable item, and I can therefore keep more with me, they're worth an awful lot more. So I want to sell these, and that'll give me the chimes that I need in order to buy other things. Mostly rewards. There's a reward shop over here with all sorts of tasty stuff, including...
Just show that one, yeah.
For example, Port's resources.
So there is a trade back, so any chimes that you've gained in ports can't be used here, but any that you gain here can be used to buy all of these things at imports.
Yeah, and when we come to start showing you the Uncharted Isles later, this is where you can buy the supplies that you'll need in order to finance your voyage to the Uncharted Isles. So there's merchants for the different commodities, so as I, for example, go and do fishing at the permanent spots up here, then I can get those from there. These are just the lowest tier resources that are available on the permanent islands. But if I wanted to particularly focus on wood cutting,
You mean fishing?
on fishing, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
We could go to Wales Moor. As you can see, things are on quite a large scale here. I'll just show you the world map real quickly. Just give you an idea of the islands we have available so far and kind of scale that they're on. So if you think of the... Actually, I believe that's on to later, so never mind. So there's various fishing spots here and high-level fishing areas. And some of the adventurers from ports will be providing additional specialist contracts. So if you have unlocked the whaler in ports, then he'll have access to specialized high-level fishing contracts from here.
Yeah, it's worth noting that all the contracts that you can pick up on Waiko from the Tengu, they're randomized. They could be in any of the skills that are supported in the Ark, as well as some kind of salvage type ones we have, and just contracts to go kill various NPCs. But then, like the whaler there, that's specialized for fishing. So you've got the choice of if you want to focus on a specific skill or if you just want a bit of direction.
And here's another skilling area.
Sure.
I don't have the hunter level for it, so I'll have to save that for another time.
Okay,
But there's a permanent hunter area here. You can get traps to get particular items that you could then craft. And then, do you want to jump onto Aminishi as well?
Yeah, you're running through it. I suppose there's not much to show there. We can have a quick look at Aminishi, yeah.
And the last island is Aminishi, which has some Slayer content, which you might want to talk about more.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, first off, people have been noticing quite how bright it is and colourful, which is maybe a bit unusual for RuneScape and its many dungeons. But here, at least, you can see that we've got a nice overcast skybox. So we've been doing a few different things with lighting values, especially on the Uncharted Islands, but we'll show more of those next week. And yeah, this is Aminishi based on the idea on Rune Labs from Monkey Mania. So we've got these kind of water temple monks and some elementals up on the next tier. These start at tier 90 for the monks and then just go a bit higher as well for the elementals and then the dragons again. What else should we cover with these? So you don't get chimes as drops from these, that's important, but they do have a unique drop that's worth getting. But you can pick up Slayer contracts, and the Slayer contracts from the assassin down on the beach, which you kind of ran past, but we can just hop back to. They tend to be a lot more generous, because you can't get these as a Slayer target, so the contracts, they're a lot. They give a lot more Slayer XP than, say, the fishing contracts give fishing XP.
Yeah. So I think that gives us a rough overview of the permanent islands. Anything else you'd like to cover?
Yeah, no, well, I mean, like we said, I think, a lot before, is that we want players to discover a lot of this content for themselves. So we don't want to show all the sort of little details and hidden things that are among these particular islands. But it should give you a good general overview, yeah.